I return, I'm gonna tear your heart. No! Not the pipe bomb! Ah! The Storm. Free demo available now.
The Sin virus is rapidly spreading its tendrils across the city. Your mission? Burn it out. Purge it at absolutely any cost.
Clench your holes, kids. We're entering paradise airspace. Johnny Turbo's our primary target. That tongueless prick's gone silent. The boy's been compromised.
Best make this a quick trip. Paradise isn't the place you want to be for long. All aboard the pain train, sir.
Rejoice, for paradise is sin, and I see all. We will consume until all dream as one.
You must have known you'd end up on the other side of the barrel at some point, Johnny. What a disappointment.
You run, you hide, you fight, all of it in meaningless charade. You dare stand before me? You who is but blood and dust. You cannot live in a world without sin.
Sir, go fuck them up.
Johnny, listen. What I'm giving you is temporary. If you don't get the full surgery in 8 months, you're gone. All your thoughts, your memories, everything that makes you you, fades.
Come on now, Johnny. I know you can do much better than this.
Now is the era of infinite sin!
Turbo Overkill, now available on PC from Apogee Entertainment. Coming to consoles later this year.
Soundtrack now available on all major music platforms.
Don't be shy.
All those upgrades, and you never did get yourself a chainsaw dick. What a waste.
Journey, the time we put in is a commendable feat. Yeah. So I'm glad I chose a partner that always brings the best out of me. Yeah. You never tuck your talent wrong, but faced with some adversity, I'm proud of the father we come. Glad I got you on my team, fam. We see some smiles, we see some frowns, we see some ups, we see some downs, we see some bright days and some dark nights, but I'm grateful that you stuck around. I know forever has never been promised, but I'm gonna ride with you till it's through. A bittersweet feeling, to be honest, till it's all done, it's me and you. Yeah. They say bonds like we got don't last, but sometimes they thrive while some break like glass. Which time we slow down, but it goes so fast. It's time to go now, at least we had a blast. They say bonds like we got don't last, but sometimes they thrive while some break like glass. Which time we slow down, but it goes so fast. If it's time to go now, at least we had a blast.
It can't be like this forever, but as long as I feel this way, I will let you carry me. No, there ain't no time to waste. From the bottom to the top,
from the bottom to the top, don't stop.
You say it's just another day. I feel the air is saying I'm guess I'm on my way.
world is full of stories, and from time to time, they permit themselves to be told.
I am back.
Everyone, it's Trisha Hirschberger here, and I am absolutely thrilled to welcome you back to another exciting edition of the Apogee Weekly live stream. First things first, did you know that you can find Apogee's most recent trailers on YouTube? You can, that's right. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Threads, Facebook, Instagram, and more. There's so many now. Also, don't forget to join our Discord community for all the latest updates and discussions. Now, Steam Next Fest may have come to a close, but the fun doesn't stop there. I hope you all had a blast playing our demos of Wizardum, Vexlands, and Below the Stone. The good news is those demos are still available for you to enjoy, so dive back in and keep the adventure going. Speaking of Wizardem, we've got a special guest joining us shortly. Primoz, who I hope I said your last name correctly, the lead developer behind Wizardem, is also the mastermind behind the remasters of classic Apogee titles like Monster Bash, Crystal Caves, and Secret Agent. He's also been an integral part of the Vexlands project. Now, Primoz will be showcasing Wizardem today, and who knows, he might just share some secrets about the game, which is set to hit early access in November. But before we dive into the mystical world of Wizardem, let's take a moment to celebrate a classic real quick. Can you believe it has been 29 years since the release of Wacky Wheels? This kart racing gem, released by Apogee in 1994, featured karts that resembled lawnmowers and a cast of quirky zoo animals as racers. Happy anniversary, Wacky Wheels! Oh, and speaking of time-sensitive news, tomorrow is the last day to back the Lucid Kickstarter. If you haven't already, head over to lucidkickstarter.com to learn more about this really exciting Metroidvania game. There are fantastic stretch goals like boss rush mode and incredible backer rewards, including an exclusive comic, costume, opportunities to design quests and NPCs, and so much more. Alrighty, folks, it is time to unleash the magic of Wizardem. Wizardem is a retro FPS that puts you in the role of a mage on a quest to track down the source of chaos. With a wide arsenal of spells and magic items, battle your way through the world of Terra Bruma in this unique blend of classic 90s shooters and modern gaming elements. So you'll get to smash, burn, loot, and yeah, I want to let Primoz know when we bring him on here in a moment that New Blood's Dave Oshry spoke very highly behind the scenes when he was part of our Apogee stream. So without any further ado, let me bring in Primoz. Welcome. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for showing us Wizardem.
Hi, Trish. It's good to be here. Thank you.
So yes, Dave Oshry did speak very highly behind the scenes when he was a part of our Apogee stream about Wizardem, and so I'm excited to see it. Please tell us a little bit about this game.
All right. So Wizardem is is retro-inspired first-person spellcaster game. We are playing a mage, one of the last mages of Wizardem, and we are battling the chaos that's running over the Terra Bruma.
Mm-hmm.
So the chaos, it's like the big baddie here in this game, and it's like, like the ancient evil that the ancients locked up long time ago. And
okay.
Yeah, and someone just brought it back to this world, and here we are.
Now, I see that you just smashed through a wall. Can you smash through any walls, or is it just certain walls?
Certain walls, actually, and
Okay.
those are secret areas, more or less.
Nice.
But you can also, I mean, the terrain is destructible at some point, so you can tear down buildings also.
Okay. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
what are we doing right now? Is this where the game would drop you in as a brand new player?
Yeah, actually, this is the first level. We
Okay.
are starting at the outskirts of Greenbrook.
Okay. And is there any story when you've been dropped in, or do you need to figure it out?
Actually, there is a story. As one of the last mages of Wizardem, you need to track down the source of chaos, and the town of Greenbrook was one of the first towns that fell to the chaos. So what better place to start, right? Than the
Nice.
Greenbrook.
So your thought is that should you be able to figure out what started this chaos, you could perhaps end it and then restore magic to the world?
Oh, yeah, kinda.
Okay. Okay. Nice. And I see that we're working with a melee weapon at this point. Is our magical prowess something that develops as the game goes on?
Yeah, of course. Like right now, here are the fire rings. Although
Nice.
these are the rings, but only people with magic powers can wield them, and use them.
I see.
So here we go. But later on, you'll find many more spells like Pyroblast, which casts huge fireballs, not these tiny ones. Like, it will tear enemies apart. And you'll find magic staves and Grimoire and stuff like that.
Perfect. And I mean, in comparison to, say, a more traditional FPS, are you able to easily swap between your melee weapon and the fire rings at this point?
I mean, right now you can just switch the weapons, but yeah.
Perfect. But I mean, why would you when you have magic to play around with?
Exactly. Maybe to spare your mana. But yeah.
So is mana a resource that you need to be watching at this point?
Well, we're trying to give players enough mana to play with, But yeah, especially on higher difficulties, you need to watch on your mana.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I see it looks like we've got an armor in the lower left corner, as well as, is that a health rating?
Yep, that's a health and armor, yeah.
Okay, and is our mana what's being showcased in the lower right-hand corner?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, you can also drink beer and eat a turkey if you want to.
Yummy, and that helps heal you.
Yeah, of course.
So does mana slowly regenerate over time, or do you need to find consumables?
No, you need to find the consumables, yeah.
Okay.
You need to find various pickups, yeah.
Great.
I mean, each weapon uses different type of mana, or let's say ammo. And yeah.
Okay.
Here we go. I just ran out of mana, so now I need to rely on the melee.
Right. That poor corpse in the corner. What did he ever do?
Well, he hides shinies. It's a bit brutal, but yeah, those corpses can hide some stuff like coins or... Here we go.
Got
coin
it.
first.
I mean, as long as there's loot to be gathered, it's fine.
All right. I mean, why searching the bodies? Why not just, smashing them
Sure.
apart,
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, this is a big part of Wizardem, like, exploring the environment and, nooks and crannies to find pieces of gold and ammo, everything that helps you. Because the gold in this game is not like a currency, you can't buy anything, but it's for the high scores.
Okay.
And with Wizordum, I want to bring back the, high score hunting like in the old days. So
Of course.
players can, climb up the leaderboards.
Look at all that loot.
Of course, yeah. And we have, like in the old days, secrets inside secrets.
Oh boy.
Why not, right?
And what is that you just picked up?
Oh, that's invisibility cloak.
Ooh.
So I can show it to you, actually. Now the enemies can see me.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, look at those rats. They're just hanging out. They don't even know you're there.
Right.
Now, how I see a countdown on the invisibility cloak. Does it have a cooldown period once it's done?
Nope. You can use it as much as you want, as long as you have. Because cloak is consumable, so once you use it, you can't use it anymore. You need to find more. Yeah. And I just found another. Yeah, and another consumable.
And I noticed that there's no like pop-up on the screen telling you what that consumable does. So do you see players just trial and error until they figure it out?
That's a good question, Trish. That's a good question. Yeah, right now it's you need to try it out. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get plenty in the game, so even if you use one just to see what it does, ouch. But I was thinking that maybe I should add a tooltip what the consumable does.
I don't know. I feel like there's multiple types of players out there, right? There's the type of players that really want to figure everything out for themselves, and the type of players that, if they are in a situation where it doesn't tell you, they'll just look it up on a Wikipedia or a guide page or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I myself, personally, I like to explore stuff, try out stuff without the game telling me everything that I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I noticed the artwork throughout the halls. Is there any rhyme or reason to the artwork?
Oh, not really. It's just, some fantasy stuff, like, what you might find in this castle, or in these halls. Yeah.
Did you create them yourself, or did you pull them from somewhere?
I've made this one especially myself. This one was inspired by one painting.
Okay.
I also have a piggy somewhere. This one, I got the idea for. Yeah, there's one painting with this huge pig. I don't know where it came from, but that was the main inspiration. I just thought that it's hilarious to have a pig on the wall. I don't know.
It is. It is hilarious. Yes.
And spoiler alert, I want to make a similar painting with a magic pig on it, which you can throw fireballs at it, and it will turn into a turkey.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I like stuff like that in the game. So
I noticed we just picked up a key. And so kind of, in the vein of retro FPS, there's no mini map or objective marker or anything like that at this point. It's just kind of discover until you figure out where to go next, correct?
Yeah. You're right. But we do have a map, and I picked one before, but
okay.
I haven't opened it yet. Here we go. It's like a map.
Perfect.
It helps you out to see where you've been and where you need to go.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of a map when I play a game like this. So I'm someone that will use that often. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course, you're welcome. I also need it sometimes, So here we go, and this is end of the level 1.
Woo, look at that creepy door.
Yeah, this is the Eye of Chaos. This is one of the eyes that's controlling this area of the town.
Okay.
And yeah, he's following us.
Destroy the eye.
Yeah, of course.
Now, does that mean you've effectively cleansed this area of chaos?
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
And here, as you can see, there's we have little challenges for each level. So the challenge is to kill all the enemies, to collect all the loot, and to find all the secrets, and to beat the part time.
Yes, I was going to say that part time is pretty short. So I'm guessing that you're really encouraging speed running.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Yeah, and yeah, it can be done for sure in that time. There are some players that beat the first level in under 1 minute. So
wow,
and it's pretty cool watching that those videos.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love watching speedruns. So fun.
Indeed.
But I'm sure, especially, when you've created and worked on the game, it's even more fun to see what people do with it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Can't wait to see, yeah, more players doing the speedruns. So yeah, this is the second level, and we are progressing towards the center of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Are the canal streets.
Now, I see that it looks like there are potentially multiple levels. Is there a jump in this game?
Nope, Wizardem doesn't have any vertical gameplay.
Okay.
So to speak, like, I mean, we are going to have like flying enemies, and you can find switches on the walls or on the ceilings which you can fire at, and stuff like that, or, you know, traps. Can't really jump or jump down.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like a limitation we set for this game from the very beginning. It's not because we can't do it or that, you know, or that it's hard to do, but what we want with Wizardem is like what the old games did. You don't need like, you know, you don't need so much complexity to make it fun.
Oh, I totally agree.
And yeah. Although there are some challenges in the game, and the game can get hard at some points, definitely. We are aiming for more chill experience. You know what I mean? Like, you know, exploring, going around, without remembering any complex like systems or anything.
Pretty much, I feel like you're making this look easy, but for any of the rest of us, anyone in chat or myself, we would have died so many times by now. So I'm not worried about the game getting much more difficult. I'm sure that it will, but that's not a worry from this end.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right.
You've put many, many hours into this.
Yeah, too many. But yeah, I'm loving every minute of it, so.
That's awesome. Now, those orbs you just picked up, those are your fire essence or mana at this point?
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the fire essence, yeah.
Okay.
That's what the fire rings need.
Perfect.
Make them work, yeah. And just a bit more, and we may find a new weapon soon.
Ooh. Very good. I love how much treasure there is just lying around. I mean, the loot goblin in me is thrilled with that.
All right. Yeah. We try to play as much treasure. Makes sense, of course. So yeah, we really want to have. Of course, there have to be giant rats. You know.
For sure. You said we really want to have what?
We really need. I mean, we need to have giant rats in the game. It's a fantasy game, so you need giant rats.
Of course. Ooh, what is that?
Oh yeah, I'm just playing like, you know. Might have noticed the magic field just before I enter this main building.
Yeah.
And this magic orb will disable this field after I destroy it.
Nice. Okay. Perfect.
So, and you can find different magic fields, green, blue, or red.
Okay.
So. Ouch.
We got you. That's all right. There's food right there.
Yep. It's not a problem. Here we go. A turkey. Oh, it's chicken, actually. One giant chicken. Yeah, higher the difficulty level, the more enemies are there, and the harder they hit you. So.
No more fire essence, just as 3 rats rush right at you. The timing of that.
Here we go.
I mean, this looks really fun. I love the different, types, the varieties of the scenery, the varieties of the enemy types. This is cool.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we are trying with, each level, instead of reusing assets too much, we are trying to come up with a unique ambient and environment all the time. For each level, so, you know, it doesn't get boring or anything too soon.
Sure.
I'm going to die. I have like 21 HP.
I believe in you. There's a health potion right over there.
you.
Nice.
Here we go.
New weapon?
It says Ice Staff, but it's Frost Weaver. We call it Frost Weaver, and it fires ice shards at the enemies.
Nice. Now, do the ice shards slow them down as well, or they just take them out with their piercing damage?
They're just doing piercing damage, but we're going to add some slowdown for the early access release. We're working on that actually right now, and it may even turn them into ice.
Nice.
And once they will be covered in ice, they will be, they can be shattered with one shot. So
yeah, that's awesome. And you said it's not called the Ice Staff internally. What did you call it?
Frost Weaver.
Frost Weaver. Will that ever be something that players can find in game?
Yeah, actually, it will say Frost Weaver, which just haven't replaced the name for the staff in game. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. You don't want to wield Ice Staff. You want to wield Frost Weaver. So
I mean, Ice Staff is cool too, but you're right. Frost Weaver sounds much cooler.
Right. So yeah, I mean, I want to encourage players to explore every hole, every corner, every street.
Mm-hmm. Now, I wasn't paying as much attention as I should have before to your mana, but is your the mana, does that carry over between the Frost Weaver and the rings, or is it separate mana pools?
It is separate, yeah.
Okay.
As you can see, now we have blue shards, and now it's
I see.
The icon is different at
and
least.
So now when you're collecting consumables, you're looking for both types of mana, correct? Right. There's not just one kind of like colorless mana you can pick up that works for either.
Nope, it's one mana or one ammo type per weapon. So
okay.
I will cheat a bit right now because I want to show more stuff here, but
okay.
So, like, this weapon is not a part of the demo. So,
ooh, what is this?
This one is called Spell Striker. Is be like, you could call it shotgun, but it, it's Spell Striker. It takes arcane rocks filled with magic of the wielder, and it shatters the magic upon the enemies. And it does piercing. It does piercing damage. It can pierce multiple enemies and at once. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and here we go.
This one is what you were talking about earlier.
Exactly. This one is dangerous, actually. It's really, I shouldn't be using this in this place, but it really gives the enemies apart and
ooh, and is this a similar ability but for the ice?
This is Mana Bomb, actually.
Okay. Wow, nice.
Yeah, it's also very powerful. So yeah, and we have more weapons on the way. So
very fun. Pretty much, I wanted to ask you about the fan levels you made building Rise of the Triad levels in Wizardem. That's a thing, right? You talked about on social media?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to do that for every retro FPS for now.
How fun.
Well, I mean, one thing is for the fun of it, but I also, for the marketing, it does well, and it's good to see like other FPSs done in Wizardem because it looks pretty cool, I think.
It does look pretty cool. And I don't know, it's really when you love the genre and you love the history behind the genre, it's fun to pay tribute to that in a new way.
Exactly, yeah, I agree. Also, I wanted to show that you didn't know Wizardum will come with a level editor with online level sharing features. So,
Very cool.
Yeah, so if you want, you'll be able to do that as well. You'll be able to replace textures and make custom levels. So,
Very cool.
You can make your own Turbo Overkill tribute if you want to.
I also noticed, and maybe I just picked up on it incorrectly, but it looked like you were using the Frost Weaver to shoot loot. Is that another way to collect loot? So rather than just walking over it, you can also shoot it and you pick it up?
Or
does it destroy it?
I was destroying barrels with it, yeah.
I see, okay.
Yeah, like that, yeah. Because, using mace is pretty slow.
Yeah.
So if you have enough ammo, if you can afford it, then yeah, go ahead. It's much faster.
Okay. Look at this expert bob and weaving happening here. I'm impressed.
Well, some time,
There it is. Get that loot. Is water death if you fall in water?
You can't fall in water. You can't because there is no vertical gameplay.
Got it. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So it won't let you walk off the edge.
We were thinking that maybe we should allow it, to die if you fall into water, but I don't think it's necessary.
Got it. And moving forward. Ooh, into the castle.
Actually, yeah, it's a chapel.
Okay.
Some kind. Yeah.
Well, it has lots of treasure in it and only a few bad guys.
Yep, and you can also do this, like destroy environment. Yeah, we're really trying to make interactable environment, so you can drop chandeliers down upon the enemies, or, as you could see, broke vases. Oh, here's a treasure goblin.
I love it. Drop those coins.
Yeah.
Oh, he's fast.
He's fast, and he can escape if you don't kill it in time.
Yeah.
I mean, you never really kill it. Oh, he disappeared.
There it is. But dropped a plentiful amount of loot, I would say.
Yeah, I'm happy with it,
Mm-hmm.
Could be worse. So yeah, treasure goblin is another way to, increase your high score. So there's a lot of stuff to increase your high score.
Great.
So it's not like that everyone can be at the top.
Yeah, it's really nice that there's multiple ways to try to max out your high score in this game, right? Whether you're speedrunning or you're going for max loot, there's a lot of different ways to play.
Yeah. That's what we want to achieve, yeah.
That secret's epic. What is the Piggleton?
Oh, the Piggleton, it's it's a secret. Piggleton, when you collect all the Piggletons in the level, you unlock the bonus level.
Okay.
And the bonus level is another way to increase your high score.
Got it. Now,
yeah.
How does the Piggleton play into the overall lore of Destroying Chaos?
Oh, right. Piggletons are like, the bonus level is happening at the Magic Games.
Okay.
In this case, the Magic Games are participants hunt magic piglets.
Okay.
And those magic piglets are magically, of course, conjured only for those games. And participants with the most kills, win the game. So.
All right.
And you are there, although you are the only participant, but yeah.
There's just a head on the ground in there. No big deal.
Yeah. Right.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
And the rats jump. It's terrifying.
It is.
And I see that you've collected quite a few keys now.
Well, yeah, we have we have the bronze key, the silver key, and the gold key. And there is another one, the treasure key, which unlocks the special chests.
Ah, that is the most important key of them all.
Of course, you bet. And the treasure key is another way, to increase your high score. So oh, as you can see, the environment is starting to break down now.
Yes. And does that happen after a certain amount of time?
Actually, it's an event, so
Okay.
That triggers a specific point in the game. Yeah.
Great. Is there any current high score currently with the demo?
Nope, unfortunately not.
Okay.
I wanted to add that for the current demo, but simply there wasn't enough time.
Got it.
Yeah. But there will be in the early access, so get ready for it.
Good things to come.
Yeah.
All right, so you're being attacked by all different types of enemies, and the environment is crumbling around you. And at this point, you're trying to desperately find the eye of chaos for the level.
Yeah, to finish the level, yeah. And yeah. And of course, I try to find as many loot as possible while doing that.
Of course.
Oh, here it is.
There we go. Huzzah. Yay.
I mean, I could do better, but
57% loot says to me there is more to be tried.
Yeah, for sure.
More in the future. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us this build of the game. We can't wait for early access. This is awesome.
Thank you, Trish. Yeah, it was my pleasure showing it.
All right, Primoz, again, thank you so much for showing us Wizardem. That was super cool. And I'm glad we have a chance to sit down and talk about today, because you're a very busy developer. You are leading 2 game projects, and we're going to talk about them both since they're both part of Steam's Next Fest.
All right.
Yes.
That's great.
So since we just saw Wizardem, let's talk about Wizardem first. It's a retro style first-person spellcaster, as you said, that's already caused a lot of buzz. How did Wizardem get started, and were you inspired by any other games in particular?
Oh my, it's a long story.
Okay, well, tell it. We've got time.
All right. So there was this summer, a few summers ago, and I was feeling nostalgic, and I was playing Blakestone and Catacomb Abyss. I just wanted to play them. And I was feeling nice. I was feeling really, really relaxed. And, because those games, although they are primitive, so to speak, they are really chill. You just go around, loot all the bonus items, and just, kill some enemies looking for secrets, lots of secrets. And it's really fun. And I figured that we don't have many games like that anymore, because most games are about deep systems, fast speed action, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, okay, let's try to make a prototype in Unity, right? So I did something, just over a few days, something simple, and I said, okay, that's it. And after some weeks, I resumed my work, and the more I did, the more happy I was with it. And at some point, I published a tweet, like, I was doing this prototype just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
And it got like 1,000 likes and retweets, and I was like, what? You know, because before that I was working on my own game for a few years, and the maximum tweets, I mean, likes I got was like 200, 300, and so I might be onto something, right? And
Yes.
I just kept working on it, and with every new tweet, I got more likes and more followers. Um, People were like, "Please make this, otherwise we'll make it. Just make it." And okay, and here we are. You know, after lots of tweets and lots and few years, here we are.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know that you're inspired by many other games. You played a lot of games at that time. Is there anything in particular that you would say Wizardom really came out of my love for this title?
Well, yeah, actually, first and foremost, it came from. I mean, I was mainly inspired by Catacomb Abyss, Hexen,
Mhm.
and Heretic,
Cool.
because first I'm a big fan of fantasy. Well, fantasy, and I don't think we have enough games in fantasy style. So yeah, those are my main inspirations behind the Wizardem. So
I agree. More fantasy is fantastic. Wizardom is a really ambitious project. I'm curious if you have anyone helping you.
well, it didn't start as one. I mean, it
Okay.
was meant to be pretty simple, but um, yeah, over some time it became quite complex. Yeah, um, most of the project was done by me, and you know, the level design, the level editor, the programming, the art, and all that. Um, but you know, now I have a kid. I don't have as much time as I used to, so I
Yeah.
can't do everything by myself anymore. And it makes sense to share the workload, right?
Sure.
So, and yeah, I have an amazing artist on the project who is making the enemies. I have an amazing level designers who is helping me now. And yeah, so yeah, we are growing as a team.
Awesome. That's awesome. And yes, you were very busy, both personal and professional life. I mean, you're also
Mhm.
working on another Apogee game, Vexlands, which is a very different style game. Can you tell us about this game a little
Okay, excellent. How could I describe it? It's like it's like a mix of survival genre, exploration, adventure, base building. Actually, whatever you like, it's there. We have it.
And do you have a lot of people helping you on Vexlands?
Actually, I myself and I have some help on the programming side and another
Okay.
artist. So yeah.
How I have to know, how did it come about that you're leading the charge on two games like this? Is Apogee going to throw more games your way too? I mean, do you ever, plus being a parent, do you ever sleep?
No, I don't. No, I do. I do sleep. I can manage. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm doing fine right now. Um, but I hope they don't throw more games at me. At least not right now. I would love to do more later, but you know,
Sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Keeping
But
all the plates spinning in the air right now.
exactly, yeah. But on Vexlands, the whole Apogee team is behind. So they're playing the game constantly. We're talking about the game, and it's a really nice experience. And you know, it's not just me. You know, locked in the cave, just
Mhm.
coding. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Before you got started on these two new IPs, you worked with Apogee to remaster three of their classic games from the early 90s. Tell us about these three games.
Whoa. Yeah. That was like that was an amazing. I mean, that was one of the best experiences I had in the game development. That's
Mhm.
for myself, because yeah, it started out with the Crystal Caves remake, and that was totally random. It was another nostalgic night. Oh, I'm feeling nostalgic all the time. So I wanted to draw some pixel art, and I decided that I will do like a remastered screen for the Crystal Caves,
Mhm.
and so I did. And I mean, this was like this was a mock-up of how the Crystal Caves remake would look like.
Okay.
And once I did it, I was really satisfied with it, and just enough that I was ready to post it on Twitter. And I was tagging. I'm not sure if I was tagging 3D Realms and Apogee. I know I was tagging George Broussard, who was also working on that game, original game, and it got quite some response. And I was okay. What if? What what if I could contact 3D Realms or Apogee or whoever is responsible for the IP at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's something there. Maybe we could do a remake, right?
Yeah.
And I know I wrote to 3D Realms and Apogee, but after some time, I only got response from Terry of Apogee, and he said, "Okay, let's talk. Let's see if there's something there." And I prepared a one-level demo, a document with 2 or 3 pages,
Yeah.
and the game was on. That was a dream come true because Crystal Case was my fourth game I ever played on the PC. So, and this was my favorite game as a kid, and had a chance to remaster a game like that. It's like, I mean, it was amazing, and I really poured my soul and everything into it, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
That's
And
awesome. I love it so much when your fandom and what you do for work collide in such a way. It's really beautiful.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, um, you don't have a chance like that every day, right? It's
Exactly.
yeah,
And tell
and
us about the other two remasters of classic games that you worked on with Apogee.
so I guess Crystal Case was done well enough that Apogee trusted me with another title, right? So we went on with the Crystal Caves. I mean, the Secret Agent, because Secret
Mhm.
Agent was using the same engine as Crystal Caves back then. So the level format is similar, the mechanics are similar. So it was, I wouldn't say easy, but much easier to make Secret Agent first. And again, it was amazing experience. I had like 2 games made in 2 years, or I forgot, but they were done pretty quickly, and it was really rewarding because there are so many players wanting to play those games again, even if they didn't know that. They had a chance to replay the games from their childhood, so
Mhm.
it was great. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
great. So Master Bash, it's another title I really loved as a kid. I only had shareware, so I never played the full game as a kid. That one was harder to develop because I was making everything from scratch. Even I was copy the mechanics from the game. I was playing the DOS version and trying to reproduce the same behavior in my version. So it was a long and hard process, but yeah, I enjoyed it, and it's great. It turned out great. So I'm really happy that Apogee trusted me with this experience. I mean, with these projects, because yeah.
Well, so are we as the community and the players. So thank you. Primoz, I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what's the best part about making games?
Creativity, I would
Yeah.
say that's for me at least, and that I can imagine something and turn that into the game, and that others can experience that. That's like magic, kind of. Just playing other people's thoughts. It's it's amazing, especially when the players are having fun. That's the most rewarding part of the whole experience, I would say.
That's awesome. And you're doing such a fantastic job and clearly making a career out of game development at this point in your life. Do you have any advice for anyone in chat right now or, watching this later who might want a career making indie games?
I would say the only advice I have: just start making games and keep making games. Don't wait for a job opportunity or some company that will hire you and teach you how to make games. You know just quit this stream right now and just go start making games. And it's like, you know, just keep making games and
Just
never
do
stop
it.
learning. Oh yeah, and play games
I
and
love it.
listen to feedback, even if you don't like it.
Okay, so just do it. Play lots
Yeah,
of games and listen to feedback even if it's critical.
exactly. Yeah, I think that's
Awesome.
golden. Yeah.
Now, you've been working with Apogee for several years. What is
Mhm.
it like working with such a long-time legendary company?
I don't have time to think about it, but it's amazing. I mean, it's my dream come true, honestly. And it was such a pleasure working with the guys, with each one of them. It's it's not really stressful. I have a lot of creative freedom. There's a lot of trust between publisher and developers. So, it's perfect. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say here. It's and I will keep doing it. So if they
Yeah,
will
it
help me, right?
sounds like a really fun job. Do you get a chance to play other Apogee games that are in development? And if so, are there any that you're really looking forward to that have been announced? I have to say that have been announced. We're not divulging secrets on stream here, chat. But are there any that have been announced that you've gotten a chance to play that you're looking forward to?
Oh, let me think which ones were announced. Which, yeah, I mean, yeah, I get to play. I mean, all I have. Yeah, I can play games that are in development that might not be out yet, but one of them is Exocyte. I want to play the game. I haven't tried it yet, but I want to play it. Then there's Lucid. I want to try it. I'm not big fan of Metroidvanias, but Lucid looks like something really special. So I want to try that. I'm really curious about the future of Below the Stone because I was helping the team at some point for a bit, and they're doing great. So I want to play more of that along the line. But all the games really, except the Bread and Fred, I'm terrible at that game. I've tried it with my partner and we couldn't get anywhere. So yeah, that's the only.
Tough.
It's tough. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's tough.
And you know what? It inspires some really hilarious stuff online. So well done to Brett and Fred.
For sure,
finally, pretty much, I have to ask, you're using Unity for both games, I think. Is that correct?
That's correct.
How did the recent Unity news affect you for that 2 to 3 weeks when they were going to radically change their pricing model in really a very negative way for indie devs?
Well, I wasn't really happy about it because, yeah, I mean, my future is in Unity at this point, right? Because I can't change the engines because it doesn't make sense really. But at the same time, again, I didn't have much time to think about that. I had some deadlines for Wizardem at Vexland, so I just kept working. And but at the same time, I knew that we have a strong community, game dev community. They voiced their concerns, and I knew that things won't stand as they were. I knew that things will change because it was just a lot of nonsense there and something that couldn't really stand.
Yeah, well, I think the entire internet rose up against that.
And that shows how strong are we as a game dev community.
Right.
Even if we don't agree sometimes on some stuff, we're pretty strong, yeah. But yeah, for the future, I'm also going to look into other engines for sure, yeah. For sure.
Awesome. Well, pretty much, thank you so much for spending some time with us today, for showing us the wonders of Wizardom. Are there any final words that you would like to leave our community with before we sign off with you?
Wishlist Wizardem, wishlist Vexlands. Wizardem is coming out on November 15th, so be there if you can. And Vexlands is coming out. Well, I won't say anything, but it's progressing nicely, so stay tuned, okay?
Okay, we will all stay tuned. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us on stream today, and we hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, thank you, Trish. It was nice talking to you, yeah.
You as well.
Take care.
Thank you again, Primoz, for showing us the wonders of Wizardom. That was so fun. And thank you for your time during our interview today. Remember, everyone, you can download the Wizardem demo right now and get a taste of the action for yourself. The full game is coming to early access on November 15th, so mark your calendars. And of course, let's not forget about Lucid. Head to lucidkickstarter.com to back Apogee's upcoming Metroidvania. With exciting stretch goals and exclusive backer rewards, this is your chance to be part of an incredible gaming experience. All right, folks, that's a wrap for today. But don't you worry, we have something special in store for all of you fans of shareware history next week. You will not want to miss it. Until then, stay ludicrous and keep on gaming. Bye.
Hi, my name is David Wise. I'm a video game composer. I've worked on games such as Donkey Kong Country, Star Fox Adventures, Diddy Kong Racing, Snake Pass, Battletoads, Ukulele, games that normally involve an animal. So an animal such as a monkey or an ape or a snake or some reptiles or even a fox. Now, I've been asked to write a couple of tunes for a Kickstarter called Lucid. Now, the main theme has been written by Yuna. It's going to be a very atmospheric, dreamy kind of vibe. And if you want to hear a couple of tracks from me, jump on board the Kickstarter and I'll see you there.